Microwaves are very interesting because Dr. Frey has studied that for many years, and the Russians know about this, and Putin knows about this. And what happens is microwaves damage the temporal lobe of the brain and influence not only hearing, not only balance, but also behavior and
very
brain
serious.
damage.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's very serious. Could be either way. It could be either way at this point, but definitely something like either sound waves or radio waves.
All right,
All right, guys, the purpose of this video is to talk about this metallic foreign artifact of unknown origin that was found in my scalp. It was found on an MRI, as you can see. The MRI was ordered after I reported to my doctor that I was having pain, pressure, tingling, sometimes burning, hot pain in that location. I was not expecting. I didn't know that there was something there, but that's sort of the purpose of this video. So, really bad headaches, other neurologic conditions, neuropathy, things like that. So, as they order the MRI, she calls me the night of the MRI to say, if she wants to call me as soon as possible and say, you don't have any underlying health problems. Maybe let me reword that. She said, you don't have a nerve disorder. I thought you might have a disease, she said. Something serious, incurable. She says, you do not have that. But the bad news is I don't know what's causing your symptoms. So I say, well, do you know what's causing that pain on the top of my head? She says, I don't know what's causing that. Literally, as the words came out of her mouth, it went from a sometimes and sort of painful experience to full-time. I'm on the phone with her. I say, what is causing that? She says, I don't know. As soon as she says, I don't know, it starts happening all the time and worse than ever. I barely sleep that night. I wake up in the morning, go to the radiologist. I will go to the doctor's office, and I want to pick up this MRI, and I want to pick up their paperwork and review it for myself, have it in my records. So this is what the artifact looks like, but we'll get to that in a second. Looks like this. I had no idea that it was there, of course. I pick up the paperwork and I start reading, and I see that, forgive me here, let me get to the front. Also noted here is an artifact in the high convexivity just to the right of the midline, which may be outside the patient, represent a staple or other foreign body in the scalp. Metallic artifact in the high convexivity. This was handled by Dr. Bunsall and a Gregory Turner. This Gregory Turner guy was not good about returning phone calls and was very difficult to deal with, which is very, very strange. So I read this, I call my doctor's office and I say, what is this? They say, oh, we don't know. We'll ask them to take another look at it. They had no idea. They just assumed that my doctor saw it and didn't bring it up to me because she didn't think that it mattered, and she assumed that I just had like a split my head open or had a wound there, an injury, and that it had been repaired with that staple. And I said, I've never had anything like that before. I don't know where that came from. So please, can you look into it and give me a better idea of what you're looking at there? Multiple messages left at Talent Imaging for Dr. Turner. No return call. He's being very coy. He's not returning back. Something interesting. These are internal notes from my doctor's office between a nurse and a doctor, I believe. These people were great. I blocked their names out to protect them. I do not want the Connecticut State Police to retaliate against them because that's what the Connecticut State Police do, because they are unethical. I read his old records the other night, and he has frequent office visits and emergency department visits, and for a healthy guy, he's had multiple diagnostic tests. I don't know what the staple or foreign body is either. Can you call for clarification from the radiologist? Blah blah blah. See if you can give. I just assumed he had something, meaning the staple was from an injury. PT states to you, blah 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 blah. He's also questioning the staple or foreign body in a scalp. He has no idea how this may have occurred, and honestly, I don't know how to explain this finding. When this is, and needless, it goes without saying, this is not an everyday occurrence when they find, something inside someone's body that they can't explain why it's there. Okay, That's really the point of this video. If you're watching this video, you're either someone who's having these bizarre health problems like I am, or you're a dirty cop. But either way, everybody knows what's going on here. The purpose of this video is essentially just to tell my story and have my story be part of the aggregate pile of stories when Congress and everybody finally connects the dots that something is going on here and that this is happening to lots of people. So that's pretty much it. Eventually, this Turner guy calls back, he says, well, I think it's actually a smaller piece of metal, kind of gives some lame excuses. This guy was very difficult to deal with and pretty unhelpful. I wonder what he has to hide. So this is what it looks like. Simple as that. That's what they're talking about. Talent Imaging did direct me after it was like pulling teeth to which images they saw. They refused to amend their report, and they said, well, we told your doctor's office that those records there. They didn't want to change the report for $3,000. Talent Imaging in Talent, Connecticut sucks. The people are nice. The people that work there in the back that handled the MRI were outstanding. But when it comes to the office manager and this Turner guy, now Turner is long gone. This office manager, I got information out of her later, but she was extremely difficult and unhelpful, and it's just kind of odd that they were so unwilling to put things in writing of what they had found and where they had found it and tell me, and they just kind of didn't want it. They kind of just wanted the whole thing to go away. It was very weird. But, could just be coincidence. Lots of coincidences here, don't you think? So this is also what it looks like here. This is the, I believe this is the object in question, but I am just guessing. I don't know. This is harder to stand out. Over the phone, she said, well, on this image, you can see it very clearly up on the top there. It sticks out. I don't know what's going on there. But this is it right here. So I get my current doctor to, I'm still having this discomfort here, these odd sensations. I want my current doctor to take a closer look, and he does. He orders a CT scan. Now, he had his radiologist look at my first MRI before the CT, and they said, yes, that is a metallic object, not ferrous, obviously, because it would have been ripped out by the MRI. If you want to know more, if you're still having discomfort there, we can do a CT, and maybe that'll tell us something. So we do the CT scan. Essentially, what their attached report means is that what we've seen on the MRI is likely spreading out of the magnetic field produced by metal, making it look bigger on the MRI. The CT is not large enough to produce this, and so it is likely a piece of metal that is too small to localize or identify, meaning that it would be near impossible to find or remove. This video is just going to be right to the point. I'm just reading, just the facts. I'm not going to do any commentary here. The viewer, again, if you're watching this, you're savvy, most likely. The general public hasn't caught on yet that this is happening to people on a large scale. Maybe not this exactly, but these symptoms, the symptoms of nefarious EMF, microwave radiation, microwave weapons. We've now got dozens of U.S. government employees. Now that it's happening to government employees, including people in John Bolton's aide in Washington on U.S. soil, this should be, on the news. Even the former Moscow bureau chief of the CIA said this is worthy of a congressional hearing. My Congress people won't even respond back. I get the general, we've received your, thank you for submitting, your request or your question, we'll get back to you, and then they just don't. So they're ducking this. They've been ducking this for a while. I'm not the first one to bring it to their attention. Self-serving Congress is not willing to, do what they have to do, which is pretty standard. So this is where we're at. Real quick video. This is The Existence. My name is Andrew Stanley. You know the videos. You know why I make them. This is very relevant to me. So you just deal with the symptoms and do your best to live and try to help others and bring some awareness. And this is it. So add my name to the list. All right. Thank you for watching, guys. Good luck.
effectively buying a wide range of tools under the guise of terrorism preparedness. Of course, everything since 9/11, 2001, 9/11, so many years ago, almost 20 years ago, everything is to keep us safe. But if you think that they're trying to keep us safe, you have to remember that most of the time when they say this is for your safety, it's really meaning so we can control you, so we can monitor, so we can stalk you, so we can track and trace everything that we can possibly track and trace about you. So at some point in the future, we can use that information as a weapon against you. So they have been effectively buying a wide range of tools under the guise of terrorism preparedness in San Diego City Council without any meaningful vetting.